horrible. That face. Those eyes.
Please try to describe it.
Like nothing I've ever seen before.
You're the only one who saw it and survived.
Whatever it is, it must exist. It's still there, trapped. I must go into that cave before the police.
There's another cave behind there.
Travel back with us to the beginning of time, when giant reptiles thunder defiance, and man is yet unborn. From this nightmare world emerges a fearsome half-man, half-ape with the strength of 20 demons, trapped in a dark subterranean cavern, its frozen fury preserved in suspended animation. It comes silently screaming through the ages. This terrifying half-human monster awakens at last. Awakens now to vent its murderous wrath on you.
Trog!
Whatever the risk, this kill-crazy fiend from hell must be destroyed. You may want to hide, you may want to forget what you see, but you can't. You can't escape. Stay where you are, Dr. Brockton. That's an order! Dr. Brockton!
Trog. Who has seen Trog? Anyone out there? I know at least one person out there seen that. Masterpiece. Cinematic genius. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Joan Crawford. Trog Doctor? Dr. Trog? Oh, let me turn on my monitor. Hold on. Okay. Did you miss me? All right. We're back. By we, I mean me, I'm back. Here I am again. You're probably, where's the feller been? A guy comes, a guy goes, he's here, he's not. What is going on? Life. Things. This and that. You know what I mean? Regardless. It's good to see you guys. You know, I thought maybe 3-4 people would show up. The crowd is fickle. I figured nobody would remember a feller. You know what I mean? Been gone for like a month, 7 months, somewhere between 3 days and 6 months. Crowd is fickle. You just go somewhere else, get your entertainment. This is, you know, you don't need a guy to entertain you. You probably want a guy to entertain you, but you don't need a guy to entertain you. Regardless. It's good to see you guys again. Hope you've had yourselves a great weekend, prior weekend before that, month before that, couple months before that. Hope everybody's okay. How you been? Yeah, good. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming back. Let me check the buzz. We got a buzz here. Let me listen. Okay, no buzz in the background. All right. Because there's always one person goes, hey, you got a giant buzz in your background. You got to fix your turntable. It's all broken. It ain't broken. I did a stream last night over on Twitch just to kind of shake the cobwebs out of a feller's machinery back there. And everything went great. It is good to see you guys. Here we are, yet again, another Thursday evening Full LP spotlight. It's going to be fun. Yo, Dobby, how you doing, man? Good to see you, brother. Good to see everybody. Caitlin's in the crowd, and Kimba's hanging out, putting the cherries on the milkshake. Oh, life. And God knows a feller needs at least 2. When I do go, they say, you want a cherry on top? I'm like, 3. You going to charge me? They're like, yeah. I was like, give me 5. Are they even really cherry? I don't even think they're really cherries, but man, are they good. Good to see you. Danny's in the crowd. How you doing, Danny? Vinyl Gorilla. You just missed the trailer, didn't you? You missed the Trog trailer, man. I think there may be a relation there. Vinyl Gorilla and Trog. Yeah. They got a show called Trog, The Race of Gentlemen. It's down here at a feller's shore, down at the ocean. And they bring vintage cars, like teens and 20s cars and teens and 20s motorcycles. And they race them down the beach, right by the ocean. Super cool. So when I see Trog, I don't think of like the primordial primate feller that can get shot and just kind of smile. All right. Mr. Winebender's in the house. Where? I think Eric got tired of calling. He called me like twice over like a month or something, and I didn't answer. And I think he got upset. He's like, never mind. You don't want to be my friend. Anyway, good to see you, Eric. Give me a call. I'm off tomorrow. Guarantee you call me tomorrow, and I'll pick the phone up. And Sunday. Working Saturday, though. Technically, this is my weekend. It's good to see you guys. Now, on the deck, tonight, I have something so special. I'd like you to actually let me know. You know who this is? You have it. Chances are, I think I only know 2 people that actually have this LP tonight. This is a heavy hitter, man. You are going to dig the shit out of it. I mean, a feller is digging deep, way, way under. I mean, I'm going down. Fellettes, you know what I'm talking about? You go way down there, and you just dig deep. Pack a lunch, as the saying goes. And a feller's been packing a lunch. Trust me, I go down there, and I put them clips over my nose because, liquid gets up. So, yeah, I got that kind of scuba thing and, been digging deep. Stepping into the rare obscurities. And by rare, I mean hard to find and really expensive. So the days of kind of going to the local record store and looking around, I think they're coming to an end pretty quick. As well as the whole idea of having maybe finances to buy 8 or 10 normal records during a month. I think maybe 1 or 2 maybe is what I'll be able to afford a month at this point. But it ain't about the quantity. It's about the quality, right? You know what I mean? So, do you like? Here, you want to see it? Look, there it is. Check that out. What? Like it? Look, there it is again. You didn't see it? Well, let me tell you a little bit about what I got on deck tonight. How many people out there know Eric Johnson? And I'm not talking about Eric's Johnson, like Winebender's Wiener. Eric Johnson, the guitar player. Who knows Eric Johnson, the guitar player? You know, Cliffs of Dover and that guy. I think he had sold his song to like a AT&T cellular phone commercial or a 321, action dial-up thing where you pay 99 cents a minute. Eric Johnson, the guitar player, Texas feller, if I got my ducks in a row. Most people know him by Cliffs of Dover, much, much later, Earlier than now, but much, much later than what I'm going to show you right now. Let me give you a little bit of backstory on what's going on here real quick and how I ended up finding this. Now, I mentioned this kind of thing before. We got story time. If you think you're just going to jump right into the music, you're wrong. Matter of fact, I'm putting it over there. You're now my prisoner. It's story time. But before we get into story time, cheers, people. Get yourself a cold snack, man. Get a bunch, please. This is really an exciting night for me. I don't know if you can tell by I'm excited. Yeah, you know. I ain't, you know, whatever. Anyway, cheers, people. Here's to you. Now, Archers of Loaf. Good movie. Is that a movie? I don't know. I don't eat bread. I don't know nothing about no loaf. Anywho, I talked to you fellers and fellettes quite a bit in the past about my early days of like burning. I don't mean like burning, like, you know, hog's legs and stuff like that. I mean CD burning. Going back to like the early 2000s, late 90s, file sharing. You know, before Lars came in and started whining like a little bitch and fucked everything up. File sharing, LimeWire and WinXM and all that kind of stuff. And I burned hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. I think I got somewhere over a couple thousand maybe burned CDs. No packaging, just no track listing, just kind of names and an album name, just in magic marker on it. Well, they've been laid up down in a feller's garage for, I don't know, 13 years that I've been here, and then a while before that, my last place. Just kind of recently over like the past maybe 7, 8, 9 months, 10, 11, 12, 14, 23 months or so, just recently. I started looking at them again because I got these big kind of sleeves, you know, they hold 500 CDs each. And I started bring them up here, and I'd sit here and, you know, leaf through, and I'd be like, yeah, that was a good one. That's it. And most of them were like, eh. But then you run across a couple once in a while, and you go, I think I kind of remember this one. Maybe, is this still cool? Because it's kind of cool in my mind. So I cherry pick them out, bring them up here, and put them on and listen to. And this is one of the ones that I found, just a burn CD, just had a name and an album, and I think a year. Another one was a band called Yellow Hand, and Demon and 11 Children. Some of you people out there might know some of these bands I'm talking about. And I listened to it, and I was like, my God, this is fucking great. Don't you love it when you find something you haven't seen for a long time, and you go, wow, this is super fucking cool. Really excited. So first thing I did was I started to look for it, and I quickly realized it's not easy to find. And then when I did find it, I'm like, oh boy. I was like, oh boy, this has got a big price next to it. One left. So I found it on one of my favorite secret. What's up, Eric? Good to see you, man. You just get done boxing? Anywho, good to see you, buddy. Hang around. We're going to be playing some good music tonight. Eric came by last night. He was hanging out over on Twitch. I actually played one song off this album, although I didn't show it. I played one song, and nobody knew who it was. So I did find it, and then it was really hard to pull the trigger. Like, the finger was heading towards the mouse. And then I clicked it, and it showed up. And I also ordered another rarity. It's back here. Can you? It's right there. Oh, it's right behind me. I'm going to have to hide it because that's coming up in a future full album spotlight. Another super fucking cool or super rare. Well, not super rare. It's been repressed, but super underground stuff. I don't know. Like, again, like I said, I only know a couple people that have even known these bands that I've been talking about. So you got to really be deep in there. Focus to know what I'm talking about. So this album came out in 1970. I wrote a few notes down because, you know, I'm a note guy. I like writing my notes down. So I wrote a few cliff notes here. I should have wrote it on my arm or something, or my hand. I could have just pretended like I knew what I was talking about. I could have just went like that. And you wouldn't even have known the difference, right? That's not tipping you off that I took any notes or anything. So the band is Mariani, and the album is called Perpetuum Mobile. And this came out in 1970. Now look at this cover. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. I'm going to read off some of my notes. Mariani, 1970. Eric Johnson. You know, Cliff the Dover guy that I told you about already. The drummer is the name of the band, Vince Mariani. And he actually tried out to replace Mitch Mitchell in Jimi Hendrix's band. But I think his producer talked him into forming his own band. He had jammed before with Eric Johnson, and they got a super killer band together, 3-piece awesomeness. This album is a fucking banger, let me tell you, man. So let's read on a little bit. Yep, he formed Mariani. Vince is, if you like drums, I know Adrian, she's playing drums now. She's going to love this album because there is an extended drum solo on side 2 or side B or 1.2 or however you designate it. A lot of drum solos. Just generally like vibes of like Cream. He was big in the Cream. I think Disraeli Gears, he really absorbed a lot of that, and you can kind of hear some of those influences in this album. Also, of course, Hendrix, of course. You're going to hear that kind of vibe. And listening to this and hearing later music by Frank Marino, Mahogany Rush, like Max Zoom era, Child of the Novelty, and stuff like that. So it's got a lot of really cool, of course, I think Max Zoom didn't come out till 72 or something like that. So that was a little bit later. But we know Marino was still jamming around this time, so who knows? They may have even known each other. Lots of cool wah. Some cool wah pedal action in this. Blues rock, hard rock. Some people called it psych. I'm not really getting a psych kind of vibe from it. I call it heavy rock, garage vibes, that cool tonal early 70s kind of dry sound, extended guitar solos, extended drum solo. I mean, side B it's got to be 10 minutes long, as drum solo. So Adrian, you drummers out there are going to love it. It just kind of gets a feller pitching a tent. You know, it's like Tent City, engaged. Yeah. Super cool shit. There's more information inside of this album about one guy, Eric Johnson, that I think I've ever seen in my entire life. This whole thing is just loaded with information. I ain't even read a couple paragraphs because it hurts the feller's eyeballs because it's black on red and black on black and then black on yellow. And I'm going to have to sit down some kind of snowy night and just read this. But, 1970. And you're probably going, Eric Johnson, he's not even, isn't he like 68, 69 years old? And I go, yeah. Eric Johnson was somewhere between 15 and 16 years old when he wrote this album with Mariani. When you hear what this kid was fucking putting down at like generally like around 16 years old, it's fucking mind-blowing shit. It's really, really fucking good stuff, man. And look at that fucking album cover, man. Now, the other person that I have talked to in length about this album is Baron Lonnie, and he has another variant with a whole different album cover. The artwork is completely different. And, man, I tell you, I'm just tickled. I don't know that I'm tickled pink. I'm more tickled like chartreuse, maybe salmon, maybe not tickled pink. But, yeah, this is a fucking banger. Let me take a little sip of my cold snack, and then we'll run down the chats real quick. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. And then we're going to jump right into some music. It's great to see you guys. Glad you didn't forget about it, feller. Because I was wondering. I know most of you people, you know, you're here for a guy. You know what I mean? Here's something that I shouldn't have done. I shouldn't have. That color makes the camera get all fucked up. Okay, we're back. Yeah, I knew a lot of you didn't forget a feller. But I know some of you are like, never mind. I'm leaving. Okay. You back? Because I'm looking at the little number up here, and it looks like somebody's back. So it's really good to see you guys. I'm excited to share this music with you guys. Like I said, this is a new path I'm heading down. I've always kind of prided myself, you know, on my channel. I like to play the more obscure, kind of under-the-radar kind of bands. Of course, we've got our ancillary kind of, Uriah Heep and Trower and Rocky Erickson and, that kind of ZZ Top. But I really like to focus on this kind of stuff. So, back with a vengeance with some really super cool underground stuff. Really excited to share it with you. I'm glad to be here tonight. It's a cold night outside. Feller's got his little beanie on to keep his noggin warm because it's fucking getting cold out there, man. Yeah. Whoo. Yo, Charlie. Good to see you, buddy. Didn't Charlie say he got in an accident and that both of his legs got cut off or something recently? Hope you're okay, buddy. Hope the legs grew back. It's good to see you, man. So I got it set up on the table here. Straight up black virgin wax, you know. And, yeah, I don't know what else there is to say besides missed you fellers and fellettes. You thought I froze again? I didn't freeze. Yeah, it's good to see you. Good to be back. Nice. Just kind of felt the vibe. You know, I'm coming back. I don't know if I'll be back every week. And here's another thing. This isn't a karma press. So, a feller's got no idea if this is going to end up staying. It may be gone. The YT may pull it down. New thing in the YouTube kind of world, I'm getting like emails from YouTube telling me that they're like pulling down like videos I put up like 3 fucking years ago. So the algorithms are changing here quickly. So if you're here now having a good time, I'll tell you, you're in the place to be because honestly, this may not exist. Now, I will say this. A lot of people have my email. You got a feller's email. If you decide at some point, if you didn't, maybe I'll put a post on like the community thing that says, if you didn't get a chance to see this episode, let me know. I'll email you a copy. And then you can watch it at your own leisure. If you've got like the technical acumen to figure that kind of stuff out. Which I think most of you do. You need one of them fancy thinking machines. You flip the top, it goes beep, 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 and, you know, it makes noises, and you can pull, like, information down. So I think I'm going to start doing that, just in case some of these get pulled down. Again, we don't know what's going to happen. Some are going to stay, some are going to go. Interestingly, that you can't play Leaf Hound, but you can play Nirvana in Utero, and that stays up. This is what I'm talking about. I don't know. The robot is weird. I like to have a nice sit down with that robot, just talk a little sense into him, kind of. Just give him one of these, you know? Nice backhand. What's up, Bill? Bill says he's a point and clicker only. Boy goes in the crowd. And the King, Breakfast King. What's happening? BKOL and Bill and Boingo's in the crowd. And yeah, we got some people filing in now. Perfect timing because we're just about to drop. You see me itching my chest? Remember I told you a long time ago, don't ever shave your... Now, I didn't shave my chest. I just kind of knocked it back a little bit. You know what I mean? I just pulled it back a little bit. Yeah, miss you. I know that you're going to be the first one in the chat going, but what did you... I saved you some clippings, all right? Check is in the mail. I pulled it back a little bit, and then I realized I'm driving. I'm going, why is my chest bone itching? You know, the chest skin, and I'm like a itching dog. And I go, because you just... I knocked it back. It's still like 6 feet long. Like you think Trog ain't got nothing on a fella, you know what I mean? But yeah, okay. All you women out there, don't shave your chest. Just kind of leave it all natural, like them French fellers say. All right, let's get into it. Mariani, if you just showed up, I'm wondering why are you just showing up now? Excusez-moi. This is Mariani, perpetuum mobile, or mobile. If you want to get all artsy. And that's Eric Johnson's first legitimate band, 1970. 16-year-old Eric Johnson on guitar. You ready to absorb this? It's like a sun lamp that kind of gives you the vitamin E. And vitamin E that's another kind of fluid, right? D's another kind. I know fellas like the vitamin D. Anyway, let me start this before I'm digging a hole. Let's get into it. Wait a minute. Something happened. Oh, you know what happened? I didn't actually put the needle down. So when I just acted all cool and eloquent like I was just going to, flip it on, yeah, it didn't happen. And I'm going to turn around really slow so I don't smash my knee on my table. And no, I didn't burn my arm either. So I think we're 10 for 10 here. Here we go. Hey, Lisa. Thanks, Eric. Yo, Nick! Good evening, y'all.
blossoms on a Japanese garden. Life is a woman with a touch of love.
What up, Shane? Woo! Right? Holy shit. That shit is fucking a banger, I'm telling you. I'll lift that needle up a little bit. Really sensitive needle, stylus. It hears my heartbeat and it goes, you hear it going. Yeah, super cool. That was, sorry to fuck with you guys' heads, but it seems like I put on side 2 first instead of side 1, because I never know what side is what. If it doesn't say side A and side B, I always fuck that up. So I actually heard the second side first, and that was like a prelude, those last couple songs. So side 1, you're really going to dig. I was thinking for a second, I'm like, wait a minute. Who's got enough balls to put an extended drum solo on side A? Answer, nobody. Not even a drummer's band. But, yeah, Mariani, Perpetuum Mobile, 1970, if any fellas or fellas just stepped in the room. Eric Johnson's first band, Vince Mariani on drums, killer bass. I mean, that bass is chunky as fuck, right? Lots of shredding. Early example of double bass in hard rock. There were only like a few bands kind of doing that thing that early in 70. 16-year-old Eric Johnson belting out that kind of stuff. Cliffs of Dover. It's funny because I knew Cliffs of Dover before I knew anything about Mariani, and I never liked it. Too vanilla. Mariani, not vanilla at all. More like peanut butter. Peanut butter marshmallow? Yeah, good shit. Hope you guys are digging it, man. Because we're going to jump on to side 2 right now. Good to see everybody. Yeah. Danny says we got the band back together. It's good to see you guys, man. You been all right? Nick and Caitlin's here, and Boingo stopped by, and Zorlock. Lisa's hanging out with us tonight. She's all the way in Cali. It's like 3 hours behind. Lucky. Adrian's here hanging out. Kimba's hanging out with us tonight. She's drinking champagne and eating like cauliflower dough pizza. I'm just going to throw that out there. Just a wild guess. Listening to some good music, hanging out. Excellent people. Only the best people come over to my stream and hang out. And I always appreciate you guys coming out and hanging out. I hope you appreciate what I go through to give you good content. Because I don't just fiddle around and go, let's do a blind poll and just play whatever. Nah, I'm always kind of thinking. I want to make it worthwhile. Your time is precious, right? Maybe it's not. I don't know if your time is precious to you or not. But if it is, and I'm going to go ahead and assume it is, I'm going to do the very best I can to give you good content. Get you out of the doldrums of, like, the realities of the world. Very tense world we're in right now. A lot of animosity, lots of anger. Very selfish planet we're living on right now. And so if you can come on over to a guy's channel and hang out for a little while, listen to some good music, check out some terrible fart jokes and dad jokes and, ridiculous mannerisms and, this kind of stuff. And if you laugh a little bit, the feller's done his job. Consider it my what to the world. I'm just trying to put something nice out there and positive in a world that ain't all that positive. But yeah, Mariani, 1970, really cool. I don't know if it's going to be next week or if it's going to be Saturday, but the next one up on the deck is equally, it's as equal, it's just as cool is what a guy's trying to say. I'll give you a couple hints. You won't be able to guess. Another early band, 70 or 71, maybe 69. My favorite set of numbers, by the way. And don't ask a feller why. New Jersey, underground garage, hard rock, insane fuzz, crunchy, grungy, sleazy. Yeah, really cool shit. So that album's coming up next. And that is, again, if you be honest, if there's anybody out in the crowd that's actually heard of Mariani or that has this album, because like I said, I only know 2 people that actually have this album. And one guy, Baron Lonnie, I remember I hit him up. We talk. We got each other's number. We slide into each other's DMs. You know what I mean? Kind of like put it like not like you know what I'm trying to say. But we talk, and I says, hey, I heard of this band, Mariani, and I sent him a clip, and I sent him the other album that I'm not going to tell you. It's right. It's a little bit. Look, see my armpit there. That's all I'm going to show you. And I said, yeah, Mariani and this other band. He's like, oh yeah, I got those. I was like, of course you do. What don't you have? Can I just ever trip you up? So I know Lonnie has it because he showed me. He's got a different art variant. The cover is a different variant. And I'm imagining if a psychedelic was in the crowd, he may say he's got Mariani. Not 100% sure. So one I know has it, and the other one I'm not sure if he has it, but I'm going to give him credit and say he probably does. Yep. Any Pogues albums? I don't even know how to spell that, man. No. OG Mariani's, right? Zor? You know what I'm talking about. Like I said, this is the Akarma repress, and the repress is like, I don't know, somewhere around 20 years old, maybe younger than that. But they haven't done, there are no recent represses. In my estimation, maybe it was only repressed twice in its life besides the original presses. And I don't remember what one Lonnie said he had. He showed me it. It had different artwork on it. I know that for sure. But I don't remember if he told me what press it was. But, yeah. Cheers, y'all. It's good to see you guys, man. Caitlin is hissing at Nick. That's a good hiss, huh? I'm like top-notch hisser. That used to be one of my jobs. They hired me to come hiss. They'd be like, come out to the game and can you just do some hissing? Rick, sure. Who am I hissing at? Uranus? What did I miss? Okay. You looking for a copy on Discogs right now, Nick? I'm pretty sure you'll find it, but it's not cheap. It's not. I didn't find it on Discogs. I went to buy an album on Discogs, and essentially what they told me was, you haven't bought enough records on Discogs, so this seller doesn't want to sell to you. And I'm thinking, how are you going to fucking buy a record for the first time if nobody wants to sell you a record because you never bought any records? I think I'm just trapped in some weird perpetual madness with Discogs. Every time I try to do something on Discogs, it's like so weird. But, yeah, so let's break out side 2, which is side 1 because I got it completely backwards. I played you side second. It was like, anywho. Good to see you guys. Let's check out side 1. We're going backwards, but it's all right. You can wipe the opposite way now and then. If you're a feller. If you're a fellette, I wouldn't advise it. And I never put the needle down. This is just going off like fucking clockwork, man. All right, bring it down. Easy. There you go. Whoa. Easy. Easy, I said. All right, here we go. I got it. I don't got it.
Ahead, what are the chances? Silver cups are golden lances. Double piece still flies too high to be seen with a naked eye. Searching for a new dimension. Troubles on the road from digging up the last milestone. Wheels of progress roll like thunder. Just how many have fallen under? Crushed beneath the false deception while looking in the wrong direction. coming in the last milestone. Visions thrusting down the halls, cracked and falling were its walls. The lights so dim it never shone. The riding on the last milestone.
Woo!
Baby, baby, I won't sing you blues. Life's too well, they got no time to lose. Come on, honey, climb the line with me. Let your spirit run completely free. Baby, life is for living, not dying. Life is for laughing, not crying. Yeah. Baby, why not admit that we've been down too long? Alright. Get free. Why don't you come up and get free? Why don't you come up and listen, listen, don't walk on the slow. Contemplate your future and your growth. Real no reaper quickly takes its toll. Dreams are mighty well, they're meant to last. Come on, baby, sunshine is our quest. Rainbows blazing, no more overcast. Sunshine is shining through my window and daily now. Colors are streaming through my iris is gay now. Scented like blossoms from a Japanese garden now. Life is a woman with the touch of a love now. You wanna come, toss it to the sky. Time that we get up. Let me tell you why. We've been down too long. Time to bring it up and up. Thumb upon your face, living in your eye. Everybody's raised, everybody's died. Everybody's raised, everybody's high, so high, yeah. There's a silver that the crystal cascades.
Woo! I'll get that window open for you right now, you.
Well, I can't understand the way I feel. Or maybe it's the way I believe. The times have changed, the days remain the same. As the gods bow on their knees. Well, my mind is going farther away to find eternal peace. Got to find out before it's too late. We can't put our feelings to sleep, sleep. Things are changing, rearranging, minds are going, streams are flowing, children dying. God, I'm crying, God, I'm crying, God, I'm crying. Things are getting better for you, but things are getting harder for me. The heavens are filled with happiness as the leaves fall from the tree.
my soul never done. It's too easy to just turn and run, but let me tell you, I just can't turn away. I just can't hurt myself no more.
turn on. Hey. Yes. Oh, man. Hold on. I got to catch my breath. The hell do we do now? Now what? Man, that album is fucking stellar, right? I mean, was I kidding you? Was I even probably in the beginning? You're going, I don't know. Maybe he's just going to kind of. Maybe he's posturing. You know what I mean? Classic deflection. And I'm going to put on like Kansas or Asia, as we used to call it. Nah, Mariani, perpetuum mobile. It sounds like Italian, so I like to say mobile. But it's got two U's, so it's perpetuum mobile. Mobili, right? Hope you guys dug it. Just the first in many future album spotlights. I just scratched my nose. I didn't pick it. Somebody else going, oh, he picks his nose. I'll pick my nose. Funny thing is, when I do pick my nose, it always seems to be my left nose. The left side. Anybody, you got like a preferred side you pick? Doesn't seem like the boogers accumulate on the right side as much as they do on the left side. Is that strange? Is that like when the fellers out there, we take a pee and sometimes it shoots to the left or sometimes goes to the right? I have no idea. All I can tell you is I enjoy picking my left side more than my right. The right side seems like somebody else is picking my nose. It's kind of like now I'm starting to dig a hole. It's kind of like bath time when you sit in the bathtub. Any fellas out there actually take a bath anymore? I like to take baths. The problem is taking a bath is I take so many showers. I got to clean. I got to spend about 20 minutes cleaning a tub. Otherwise, you fill it up, and it looks like Trog just took a bath in my bathtub. And what we used to call stranger in the tub. That's when, if you're left-handed and you go right, feels like, do I really need to keep explaining? Stranger, the fellas know what I'm talking about. Sometimes you get bored. And you just want to switch it up a little bit. So you go, hey, I'm left-handed. Let's try right. And it feels like somebody unrelated is doing it. Stranger in the tub is what we used to call it. I don't know what you call it now. I call it kind of sick nowadays. But, hey, if you got to do what you got to do. You know what I mean? Got to keep them pipes clean. Nice. Part of me wishes this stream does get taken down. It's saved me a lot of trouble. I wake up in the middle of the night with a cold sweat going, what did I say? Oh, my God, what did I say? Sleeping in a bedroom with no door. I had a weird dream the other day. One of the most vivid dreams I ever had, the other day. And I realized I was having a dream while I was having it. And I was in the dream, having the dream, and there were this cast of characters. And I just couldn't believe that I was in this situation. I'm like, you would never be in this kind of situation in real life. Like, this is the kind of situation you've struggled to get away from. And all of a sudden, in my dream, I'm kind of stuck in it. And I'm trying to make sense of it all and trying to talk like this cast of characters into the idea that this is not me. I don't belong here. And they're like, oh, no, you belong here. You're with us now. I'm like, no, I got to get out of here. I'm not telling you what happened, Dobby. I'm not doing that. Cheers, though. Classic deflection. Cheers. I'll tell you this. Don Rickles used to say that all the time. I'll tell you this. Hockey puck. Don't you wish you had someone like Don Rickles in your life? I used to hang with some friends back in the day-o. And we all had that kind of Italian type of vibe going. Where you like you motherfuck your friends. And like, what are you doing, asshole? And be like, oh, fuck you. And be like, oh, suck off. But it was okay because they were like terms of endearment. You know what I mean? I miss those days when you could just hang with a friend and be like, go fuck yourself. He's like, fuck off, man. Jackass. And you would just kind of hug and drink a beer and be happy. Everybody's so uptight nowadays. Half the people, you can't even call them a woman or a man. They go, I'm non-binary. You can't, I'm an entity. I'm like, no, you're not. That's it. I'm suing you. Kids are suing their parents because they're telling them get out. And the kid is like, nah. I'm like, nah. Get the fuck out. Nah, don't nah me. What is happening with the world, people? It's a really sensitive, kind of strange time we're in right now, which is why I'm glad, and I hope, like, the time that we spend together here in Channel Bizarro. Strange thing that the world is so fucked up that you have to go to a place called Channel Bizarro to find some normalcy. Escapism is a place called Bizarre. That is kind of the world we're living in right now, right? We're all going to go hang out at Anal Point. There's nothing but black lights. That's how the parking lot and all the hillside is lit by black light. And it looks like a crime scene. It looks like people just been murdered. It's glowing. It's like E.T. took a dump all over Anal Point. You know what I mean? Black light. Anywho, let me look at the chat system real quick. What am I missing? People just talking about buttholes all night. What's the matter with you people, man? You civilized? That's okay. You can talk about buttholes all you want. I ain't going to hold it against you. I ain't going to hold you back. Like I said, I crushed a few in my day. You know what I mean? They half named Anal Point after me. You know what I mean? It's go up there, it's like Kurt Cobain Park. It's like Mr. Bizarro Point. You know what I mean? They just switched it up and somebody sprayed paint. They just put Anal Point over top of the sign. You know what I mean? I just stopped myself from saying something I was going to have to do a huge backpedal on. Now I'm wondering, because we're like an hour and 37 minutes. This is a relatively short. That's actually a pretty long album. I think that's over 40 minutes, maybe 45 minutes. And it did talk a bunch. And Boingo's going to play some Celtic Frost. It's possible maybe I'll go over to Twitch and maybe play a little bit of music over there. I want to keep these sessions kind of separate. I don't want to mix anything up on these full LP spotlights. Like, we'll do like the Phantom session. You know what I mean? We do a Phantom session. That's where we kind of play stuff we don't worry about. But we'll do that as a separate kind of entity. Emphasis on titty. You know what I mean? Tent City engaged. You know, that all that kind of stuff. Did you enjoy the music? Bleep it down in the comments. I'm going to say that's one of the better ones that I played in a long time. I was really happy to share that one with you guys. It was excruciatingly long, the time in between when I ordered it and the time it showed up. I was really happy to find out it showed up. And it showed up out front of my house. And it's supposed to rain that day. And I get home just in time. Literally, I grabbed the package off the front stoop. Anybody got a front stoop, by the way? And by the time I got in the house, it started pouring. So it was meant to be. Now, this Mariani LP was not sealed, which is a strange thing, because if I told you the secret place I bought it from, which I'm not going to tell you, I got to keep some stuff, tight to my chest. You know what I mean? Chest skin has got to hide some stuff. You know what I mean? I can't just give you all my secrets. I'm already sharing the music, and then now Nick goes out and gets it, and then he's going to go, hey, look what I found. Look what I found, like, by myself. Like, ain't I cool? And everybody's going to be like, man, Nick, you're super fucking cool, man. Like, how you find all this weird underground stuff? And he goes, I'm just good. I'm just, just good. I just find stuff, you know what I mean? I'm kidding, Nick. You know I'm fucking with you. I like sharing this stuff with you, man. This is part of why I love doing what I do. I want to inform you guys. I want you to know what's out there. There is so much more out there than you know actually exists. You got to do some digging, and you got to know where to dig. That's the issue, is where do you find it? Because you're not just going to Google. Like, go ahead and Google. Right now, do it. Go on and Google top rated psychedelic albums, and you will be taken to things like Mamas and the Papas and Surrealistic Pillow and things like that. And you'll go, wait a minute, that stuff's that's in the dollar bin. I'm not saying, Jefferson Airplane sucks. I'm just saying there is so much more. You just got to dig deep, and you got to know where to look. At some point, you're going to burn out all your avenues, and you're going to say to yourself, like I did. I said, "Hey, self," and I was like, "What?" And I said, "You're going to ask me a question because you just said, 'Hey, self,'" and I'm like, "Give me a minute." And then you say, "Where do I go now?" I burned up all my avenues, all the friends I know, and all the places I found, and the YouTube kind of tree branching thing that we do, and the roots that you find, and you expand off of that, and you find a new genre and expand. There's a point where that all kind of ends, and then you go, now I have to start over again. Where do I begin? And I'm not going to tell you that either. That's another secret of mine, because there's an investment involved. At some point, when you go, I want to know the really super heavy-duty underground, low presses, maybe never been pressed besides a short run. Where do I find this cool stuff? Well, you got to pursue different avenues, you know what I mean? And sometimes there is an initial investment just in being able to seek out some of these rarities, you know what I mean? And that is where I'm at now in my life. And so I sit down and relax, and I look, and I find great shit, and I cross-reference, and I can tell you at this point in my collecting life, I'm going to say, searching out, learning about new music and new bands is just as rewarding as the actual purchase. It may be more rewarding than the actual purchase itself. Is just going out there and looking and spending the time to learn about new things. Extremely rewarding. Now, I know some people out there, you just want to hit your local record store, and you got your amoebas and stuff like that, and you shop down on the corner, and that's totally cool. Totally cool, man. I got no problem with that at all. But it got a bit stagnant for me. And I started to kind of get a little disenfranchised, and I got a little bored with what was going on. I start to look back there, and I go, what is it? What does it mean? Where am I? Does it mean anything in the end? It's just a bunch of tangible things, you know what I mean? Where are you going with it? Are you done? And there was a point where I was like, maybe I'm done. Maybe I found everything that I can find. And then I'm enlightened, and I go, nope, here we are, a brand new beginning. And having such a great time researching and learning and reading about things, you know what I mean? And then you pull the trigger because you find out exactly what it is you want within like a certain genre or a year. And then it shows up. And you're like, wow. So one record can be more beneficial to me, more rewarding than all the times I went out to the local store, went over to Philly, and searched around in bins and found kind of something kind of cool. Way more rewarding, in my opinion. And yeah, my opinion means everything because I'm talking about myself. So yeah, I like it, and I'm going to keep doing it. And every time I make a great score, I'm going to share it with you guys, and I'm going to hope that I enlighten you and send you on a new path of discovery for new music. And hey, just do me one favor. Don't motherfuck me when you're spending like all your extra money and you got to eat ramen for the next week because you only could afford one album when you used to buy 19 in a month. And I don't want to hear it. Disclaimer. Like the old man used to say, he used to say, don't do as I do, do as I tell you to do. So just hold back on it now. Just reel it in. Yeah. So here we are. I'm just reading some comments. Hold on. You want me to hold it up here so it doesn't? I'm not looking at my balls or anything down there going, what is it like a lump on the side of my nutsack? Inherently, guys have lumps on their nutsack because that's like just how they're built. You know what I mean? I'm going to look at it so you can see me. I'm real time. Miss Hugh says, thanks, Mr. Bizarro. Glad you are back. And I am also glad I am back, Miss Hugh. Keep your eyes out for them chest hairs now. Maybe a couple fingernails or toenails. I'm going to leave it up to you to figure out what it is. You're gonna go, is that a toenail or is that a fingernail? It looks a little bit thick to be a fingernail. But you never know. I got guy hands, you know what I mean? All right. Bill says, you like that? You thought I was going to read it out loud? Adrian says, Charlie? Yep. Reading his comment. Eric? You like that? I'm not sharing anything. Most people go, and Eric says, and I'll go, yeah, High Def says. Boner Records, hey, I'll tell you what, everything I buy from this point forward in my life, Eric, is going to be a boner record. That's just where I'm at this point in my life. It's the only thing that really gives me a boner is a boner record, you know what I mean? Inherently, the boner record means like maybe a couple a month. You're not going to be buying 8, 10, 12 a month now because they're going to cost you 50, 70, 80, $100. So the collection is going to grow much more slowly. But I can tell you when I look back there, just like everything is back in my collection right now, there was a time where I just kind of focused on numbers, and I think we've all been there maybe at some point, unless you're like just super cool and you've never thought about these kind of things. But there was a point where numbers were kind of important. How many records you got? Oh, dude, I got like 20. 20? Dude, I got like 70. At some point, you'd be like, dude, I got like 2,000. But when you really start to look back there, you go, how many of these do I actually care about and want in my collection? How often do you listen to them? How much do they mean to you? I got to that point and I said, you know, these don't mean that much to me. So I thinned out my collection probably 80%. So like thousands of records down to maybe a few hundred. And then I started slowly building them back, you know, one by one, two, a couple, three maybe. So I got to the point to where everything that I pull out of the pantry is an album that I have no problem listening to. And if you're a record collector, I hope you get to the point to where you look back in your collection and you go, I love everything here. Honestly, I haven't taken anything out of my collection and traded it or sold it in years. Everything that I have in there I want and I'm going to keep because I love everything I have. I'm completely happy. And yeah, I've got the 80s stuff and the schlocky kind of stuff and the standard fare. But I also have a lot of really heavy-duty kind of stuff as well. Does your collection define you as a person? Kind of. Kind of. I mean, it doesn't go deep. There's no depth and kind of breadth to what it all means as far as an individual goes. But, yeah, you can look at my collection and learn a lot about me. It's like they say, look at a man's shoes, and you can learn a lot about a person by looking down at their shoes. What are they wearing? What kind of condition are they in? You know what I mean? Appreciate you guys hanging out. Yep, guys are having a good time. Still got a few people hanging out here tonight. I want to go on and thank you for coming by. I hope you had fun tonight. I think maybe not this Saturday, but maybe we'll do a Saturday coming up at some point, and then we'll bring some people up again like back in the day, and we'll have like a nice chat session. And, yeah, we'll do it like old school. Did you have a good time tonight? You have fun? I hope you did. Because I did. I had a lot of fun hanging out with you guys. I hope you enjoyed the music. Mariani, Perpetuum Mobile, 1970, early Eric Johnson, Vince Mariani. Shit. People are going out and buying this fucking album right now, which I absolutely love. Let me tell you, I adore the idea that I make such an impact on people with the music that I play that you actually want to go out and buy it. if you want to go and buy an album that I played, and you're buying it because I played it and you heard it here first, dude, what more of an impact can you possibly have on another human being? You know what I mean? You're going to have that album forever. And anybody out there, and there's quite a few people in the crowd tonight that have been out and have bought albums in the past directly related to what they heard here. And that's the exact reason why I keep doing what I do. I love making an impression on people. You're going to look at that album, unless you've got some kind of head, maybe it got dropped on your head a few times, like Sloth from the Goonies, and you don't have a short-term memory. But everything I look at back there, I remember who gave it to me, why I bought it, who turned me on to it, what kind of gifts were given to me. So paying it forward is like the greatest thing ever. It makes me feel really good. Vindicated. You know, I love the idea. So, yeah, go out and buy those records, man. And just know a feller does what he can do to kind of pass off some good stuff to you, some good cheer, good, vibes, and excellent people out here in the crowd hanging out. Kind-hearted, good people. I'm telling you, none of the assholes show up here. Well, maybe a couple of you. I'm going to... Now you're going to be like, is that me? Maybe. You got to figure that out for yourself. But, yeah, let me look at the chat here one more time. And I'm going to go on, and even the West Coast people, I'm going to tuck you in. I know you're not tired. You go, it's only 9 o'clock. I'm going to tuck you in anyway, and I'm going to shut the door. I don't want to hear no noise in the room. Go to sleep. But just know that a feller cares. Hope you had a good time tonight hanging out. Let me check this chat. What did I do? What kind of impression did I make here? Caitlin wants me to keep it going. Maybe I'll go on the Twitch. The only thing I could think of possibly, because I like to keep these streams separate. Mariani's going to be Mariani. We're not going to play anything else here. But I may go over to Twitch and play a little more music. That's what a fella's trying to say, stumbling over his lips. Because I'm like a few cold snacks in. Feeling loose, you know what I mean? You want to catch me on like a karaoke night. Side note. Little quick story for you. I know some of you fellas and fellettes like story time. I'll give you a little bit of a story before I tuck you all into bed. Spent some time in Memphis. Done a lot of traveling around, by the way. Been around to some places. Even been out in the country and seen some pyramids and stuff like that. Seen some of the world. Went to Memphis one time. Spent some time there. Went to Beale Street. Went over to the Elvis place. Went to the Elvi joint. Got to look around. Seen where he did his duties and stuff like that. But Beale Street was an incredible place. Bar, like every other store, is like a bar or a club. Lots of good music. I went to the Elvis. I don't even know if it's still there. But I went to this Elvis kind of club or bar. I don't know what it was. Elvis kind of themed establishment. And I went in, and they had karaoke back in the day. It's like 2002, maybe something around there. 01, maybe late 01. Early 02, something like that around there. Went into the Elvis place. They had a little karaoke kind of thing set up in there. Some people singing, bad. You got like the Asian fellers, they're coming over and they want to sing, Blue Suede Shoes and Bruce Wade Shoes and that kind of, That fella went up there because he just went across the street to the slushy bar. And everything they sold was a slushie, but they were all alcoholic slushies. So not only did you get a brain freeze, like up here, not so much here, but here and here, and I got a little hammered on some slushies. So I went across to the Elvis bar, and I had a couple shots over there and a beer maybe. I said, I'm going to do some karaoke. So I sang a little bit of Elvis. I was doing my shuffle and all, and that's where I broke my hip. I'm just kidding. I didn't break my hip. I broke somebody else's hip that night. Actually, that's a lie, too. Upstairs, they had some kind of Elvis-like furniture set up. This is from Elvi. How do you say Elvis is? Or do you say Elvi? Elvis's is house. And they had some furniture set up there. And they're like, this is Elvis's couch. And they had like a rope there. Don't go past the rope. There's a guy standing there. He's like, he's giving you that look. Don't go past the rope, son. I'm like, okay. Standing there looking in, taking a couple pictures. Back when you needed a camera to take pictures. Take a couple pictures of Elvis's couch. He kind of gives me a look like, the flash bulb is going to degrade the material on his couch, and you're going to be responsible for recovering it. Elvis sat there. What's the matter? Anyway, he walked away. I guess he had to maybe take a pee-pee or something like that. Go make water. Like they say in the prison system. Boss, I got to go make water. Make it quick, boy. Anyway, he went to make water. And I was with a little lady friend, and I go, you know what? I want to go sit on Elvis's couch. She's like, don't do that. You go to get in trouble. I said, what's that even mean, getting in trouble? So I jumped over the velvet. I gave her the camera. I said, when I get over there, take some pictures real quick. So I get some pictures on Elvis's couch. So I jumped over the rope, went in there and sat on the couch, and then I laid down like on the side. I had my head on, the side of the couch. And I did all the weird poses where I had my legs crossed and looked like I was being, a Freudian kind of laying there. And then the fella came back from making water, and he was fucking steaming. Hey! He knocks the velvet rope over and comes over and grab me by my shirt. All I remember is like, dude, you're stretching my shirt. You're stretching my neck thing. It's going to get all stretched out. I'm going to look stupid. Kind of threw me out. Didn't literally throw me, but he was pushing me, and he just kind of really shoved me out the door. So almost got in a lot of trouble for that. I wish I had those pictures. But, yeah, fuck Elvis, man. Sitting on your couch. What are you, special or something? Just Elvis. You ever notice Elvis Aaron Presley, right? Elvis Aaron says, I think it says 1A on his birth certificate, but it says 2 A's on his grave. It was Elvis an alien? Possibly. I don't know. I've been spanked once or twice, Adrian. I'm just going to put that out there. A couple times, maybe didn't want to be. Few times, maybe I wanted to be. Man's like, hey, can you see? Like that. Maybe get the belt, soak it in some water, maybe put some lamp oil on it, just, really give a guy a thrashing. Let him know he's a bad boy. Aaron's a bad boy. I go, yeah, I was a bad boy. Put the big boy diaper on. I was like, I don't want to put no diaper on. Well, now you're crossing some fucking lines. Put no damn diaper on. Bill, that's a good question. Are we twitching tonight? Possibly. Let a feller think on it. I got a cold snack open. I got a cold snack set up here. I got cold snacks in the fridge. I got 12-year-old Appleton Estates rum in the freezer. Chances are pretty good. Do I got to get up tomorrow? Nope. Think about that, Bill. Keep your eyeballs peeled for the Twitch session. This is just what I'm saying. Let me look at the chances real quick. What did I miss? Yeah. Dobby, man, I wish I had those fucking pictures. I left that goddamn camera with that fucking chick in Memphis. I forgot all about it. I wish I had it. It would have been some epic shit, wouldn't it? Me with my cargo shorts on. You probably saw like a nut. It was like a nut, like a half a nut hanging out of the shorts. Would have been epic. But such as I got some good memories, though. I'll share some more stories about some of my travels and it's like a future episode. But, yeah, I'm glad you guys came over to hang out with a feller tonight. 12-year-old Royal Crown apple cans. I would drink anything that doesn't have an expiration date on it, but you may have made more balls than I may have. You may possibly have more of testicular fortitude than a feller has. I don't like drinking anything or eating anything that looks even remotely weird. That's why I've never had sushi. I think we were talking about sushi in the not too distant past. And I said I never had sushi because I've always been afraid of getting like food poisoning from bad seafood. And then Miss, you said if you come over to Arizona town, I'll take you and we'll have some good sushi. So I don't know. Give me like the Americanized kind of sushi, whatever is like. They have sushi that's like cooked. Is it even sushi if it's cooked? I don't know. Bleep bloop it down in the comments. I have no idea. I like what I like. You know what I mean? Eddie, still hanging out, buddy? Yep. Never had sushi. Mick, neither have I. It's out of fear. Straight up fear. If you've ever been poisoned with bad seafood, you'll know exactly why I'm so reserved about eating raw seafood. Scared. You know what I mean? Scared. I don't want to get sick. Okay. All right. Fine. But if I get sick, you gotta like take care of a guy. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, it might come out of both ends. You have to, that might need Desitin on a guy's rump, and, diaper rash and all that stuff. It might get bad. I hope you got a toilet. One of the coolest apartments I ever lived in when I was younger had a bathroom with a toilet and a sink directly across from it. I remember I got food poisoning really bad. Quick story time. And it was coming out of both ends. I'll just put it that way. So I was sitting on the toilet, but the sink was so close that you could just kind of do that, and then you're on the toilet, so you can do that. So it was pretty cool. I think all bathrooms should be set up so you can kind of multitask, you know what I mean? For those rare times when it's just kind of shooting out of both ends, you know what I mean? And then I was so upset because I was so sick, I punched the brick wall, and then I hurt my knuckles. Anybody ever, punch something that they know is hard and you knew it was going to hurt, but you just did it anyway? Like, why did I do that? Because now my hand hurts, and guys are weird. Guys are strange people. Fellers are some strange people, let me tell you. Dumb. Yeah, both ends, Nick. You got it, man. Nick, keep me informed about what did you pick up that Mariani? Hit me up over on the IG or the YT or the messenger thingy. Let me know. I want you guys to have yourselves a good Friday. I know Mikey Bananas is out of town. What are we going to do? There's nothing going to go on with Mikey Bananas this weekend. Maybe he'll stream live. I don't know. One thing I haven't heard is nobody's asked me for the chat count tonight. So I think y'all are slipping. Somebody said, you can't say y'all. You're not from the South. Fuck, I can't say y'all. I can say y'all if I want. Sup, y'all? I mean, I do like that W thing. West Coasters. Yeah, so chat count. 1,296. That's where we're at right now. That ain't bad, considering the fella ain't been here for a while. Yep. Lisa says, my ex was dumb, so I dated dumb fellers. You don't have to date dumb fellers. You play the piano, Lisa. I seen you play some piano. That's the piano, if you didn't know. That's how the Italian fellers say it. Do more streams or you play the piano. I'll be there watching. Might even ask, for a request. Good to see you guys. Nate, Lisa, Caitlin, Boingo, Mick, Bill, Kimba, Danny. Who else? Who did I miss? Scroll. Hurry up. Come on. Scroll. Caitlin. Yes. Adrian. Hey, y'all, Adrian. You thought I forgot, didn't you? Didn't forget. Dobsky. Charlie. Another Bill. We got a lot of Bills in here tonight, man. Yep. Take care, Boingo. Take care of yourself, buddy. It's been real. Miss you goes, it's been real. Real? Hell yeah, it's been real. Ain't nothing but real here. Don't put on no airs. Okay. You got it, Boingo. Take care of yourself, buddy. I'll see you really soon. Keep your eyeballs peeled for the Twitch thing. We might jump over to Twitch and do a little bit of a music session. Maybe do a little bit of request action. Maybe. Keep your eyes peeled. I got to go make some water, and then I'll make my decision. But if I don't see you on the Twitch, I'll see you really soon. So have a great Friday and a great weekend. Appreciate you indulging in a feller's whims. As always, thanks, guys. Love you. Take care of yourselves, okay? I'll see you really soon. Be good.